Hello folks, welcome to Looplearnings. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips regarding assignment of subjects to a student. You can assign all subject, you can assign one subject, you can delete one subject assignment, you can delete all subject assignments, as I will show you in a minute. You can assign all, delete all, you can change the student, you can assign individual subject, you can delete that individual subject as well. This is what I'm going to demonstrate in this video. If you are interested, then stick around and let's get started. So what we have got here is a simple form. It's a single form. It has combo box. The combo box, it consists of the students, and a list box consists of the subjects, and a list box that we want to be consisted is the right word. Well, we want to consist of the subjects that are assigned to a particular student. So how we are going to do it, that's what I'm going to demonstrate in this video. I'm sure you have seen this setup before, in which you have a list box from which you take the information and transfer it to another list box or assign to another list box. This is what we aim to achieve in this video. But before I jump into VBA and show you how to do it, I would like to show you the construction of this little app and how it is constructed. So let's go ahead and see that. This is obviously a simple form. As I said, it has combo box, it has list boxes, two list boxes, buttons to move the data from right to left, left to right, and it has the combo box, and we have got some tables. So there is a table called students where we have student information. That's what this combo box is getting the data from. We have another table called subjects that has the subjects information. This is where this list box is getting the information. Now what we are left with is subject assigned. So subject assigned is a junction table. Basically we are combining two set of information into the one table, and we are going to assign different subjects to each students or all subjects to each students, and we'll be using VBA heavily. And we have a query which is based on this table basically, and this query is actually, this list box is hooked up with this query. So this is where it is getting the information. So that's the construction of how this application is built. Well, I should not say application, it's just one form, but anyway, it is a kind of application, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to jump into VBA editor, and we are going to code behind these buttons. We'll be using record sets, we'll be using SQL statements, and all the fancy stuff to achieve what we aim to achieve. I hope you understood what we are trying to do here, and I hope that this video is going to be useful for you. All right, so now what we are going to do is, what we are going to start with first with the individual items. So for example, we want to assign only one subject, let's say, at a time. So there is a list box. I'll go to the form view. We want to assign only, let's say, chemistry to student B. So I should be able to, or user should be able to select that subject, chemistry, should be able to click on this button, and it should actually move here, and it should say that, hey, subject has been assigned to this student. And likewise, for all the other students, we should be able to do the same. And in fact, we should be able to assign all the subjects in one go. That should be a user-friendly option as well. So this is what we are aiming to achieve. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to design view. I'll select this button, and I'll go to the event tab, on click event, code builder, and here we are in our VBA editor. Now in here, I'm going to declare some variables, actually one variable only, because what we are looking for is, we are looking for adding the information into this table. All right, so that's what we are looking for. So we'll declare a variable Tim, and we'll call it rs assign, all right, as record set. That's the variable declared. Now after the variable declared, we need to tell Microsoft Access what this rs assign actually means. So this is how we are going to tell. So we'll say set rs assign equals current db dot open record set parenthesis open parenthesis close, and in these parentheses we want to have the name of the record set. Record set is basically a table or a query. All right, so in this case it is a table, so we are going to go to rename just to avoid any mistakes potentially I might do. So double quote and write in the double quotes, within the double quotes we have the name of the table. That's it. Now the next what we are going to do is we are going to use the rs assign variable that declared, and we'll say add new, and I'm going to update that as well, so we can update the record at the same time. It is a good practice generally when you open a record set you must close the record set as well, and this is how you can close the record set. All right, set rs assign equals nothing. All right, that's it. Now we are not done yet. I mean, that's it in terms of closing the record set. Okay, now comes the crucial part. Now this is where we will define what data we want to save and from where that data will come. So what we are going to do is we are going to say rs assign exclamation mark, and if we'll go to design view of this table, we want to get the student id. All right, from where we are going to get student id, if I'll go to the form, we have a combo box. This combo box is hooked up with this table students, and basically column number 0 is dedicated for the student id. So we're going to give the reference of the combo box. So we'll say me dot cbo students dot column and column number 0, because in 0 column, as I said, the student id resides. Now we'll go ahead and we will update the second field, or we'll add the data in second field, subject id. So rs assign exclamation mark subject id me dot. Okay, from where the subject id will come from? Well, subjects are stored in this list box, and therefore the subject id reside in column number 0 of this list box as well, straight away. All right, so me dot list subjects dot column 0. All right, that's about it, to be very honest. Now before I move ahead and start testing out, now let's give a docmd dot beep response. That's always good. If a user click on a button, something happens. That's how user knows. And we are going to also requery this list box as well. So this is how we will do me dot list assigned dot requery. That's about it. You can compile the data, debug it, and now it's time for the testing. Let's see if it works. Form view, and let's say I want to assign chemistry to student B. So I'm going to click on this button. If our code is correct, basically we should see chemistry right here. And rest assured, we do see the chemistry right here. Let's assign computer science. There you go. Let's assign algebra. There you go. So we are assigning the subjects to student B. Now, how about if I have assigned it by mistake? I want to actually get rid of it. I want to delete it. So how do I do that? Well, that's why these buttons exist, these two. So we are going to use SQL statement to actually delete assignment of a subject to a particular student. So we are going to code behind this button now. So let's go back to design view. I click on this button, event tab, dot, 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 code builder. And as I said, we are going to use the SQL statement. So I'm going to declare a variable rs delete as string. All right. Now we need to tell Microsoft Access what this rs delete equals to. So we'll say rs delete equals to, and we'll use the delete SQL statement, delete asterisk, which means everything from which table? Actually this table. So I'll copy and paste. Now here comes the important bit, where clause. All right, we are deleting only one record, so we are going to actually give where clause. That's very important. Please remember this. If you are not going to give where clause, it will delete everything in the table which is going to be massive problem maybe if you are using this application in production. So please do give where clause, and we will give where clause. Basically what we are looking for is whatever record is selected, we want to delete that record. All right, we want to delete that record simply from this table. That's it. All right, so what we will do is basically delete everything from subject assignment, where assignment id equals double quote ampersand, and in here we'll say list assigned dot column 0. So whatever record is selected, look for the assignment id and then look for the same assignment id in the subject assignment table and get rid of it. That's what basically we are telling. Now next, what we are going to do, if we will leave it like this, nothing will happen, nothing will be deleted. We need to execute this rs delete statement, and that's what exactly we are going to do. So to execute, what we need to do is basically we need to say to Microsoft Access that current db.execute. All right, and if I'll press space, it is asking me what do you want to execute. So I want to execute this SQL statement rs delete. All right, once that is done, it will delete the information. But for a better user experience, what I'm going to do is I'm going to requery the list assign. So I'm going to copy both and paste. There you go. Debug it. Our code is done. Basically we're done with the code. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now let's say algebra by mistake assign. So let's delete it. There you go. Chemistry, delete it. Computer science, delete it. Algebra, let's assign again. Geometry, art, history. Boom. We are working, right? So this is how you can add or assign, unassign. Now how about these two buttons? So this button is assign all. This button is unassign all. So let's now look after these buttons as well. So we'll go to design view. I'll click here. Now this is a little bit of more code as compared to previously we have seen, but it's not much. So we'll click on code builder, and here we are. We need to declare some variable. So we'll declare dim subjects as string. So that's going to be SQL statement. Then we'll declare dim rs subjects, all right, as a record set. Then we'll declare dim rs assign as a record set. All right. Now, once we have declared these variables, we will now define what are these variables for. So we'll say subjects equals, and we'll use select statement, select all from the table called subjects t. I think that's what it names. Yeah. So all the subjects we want to assign to the student. So select all from subjects t. That's it. That's easy one. Now we'll say set rs subjects. Basically, this is what we are now working for, or working towards to assign, whatever we want to call it. Current db dot open record set parenthesis open parenthesis close double quote, and basically, or not double quote, not required. Basically, we will provide this SQL statement as a record set. So subjects. So double quotes are actually not required. Anyway, now let's define this variable. So rs assign. So set rs assign equals current db dot open record set parenthesis open parenthesis close. Here we will here we will provide the double quote. Why? Because we are going to refer to this table. All right. So we declared three variables. We defined those variables. Now we have to move on, and we have to create a loop. Why loop? Remember, we have lots of subjects, right? So we want system or Microsoft Access to go through each record and copy it and add the information the way we will instruct it to add. So to create a loop, we will say do until. All right. Until what? Rs subjects dot, something is wrong. Yeah. Rs subjects dot eof, end of file. And we will create a loop. And remember, if you are creating a loop, please make sure that you close that loop. So we'll say rs subjects dot close and set rs subjects equals nothing. Otherwise, this loop will go on and on and on, and it might create hundred and thousand of records very quickly, and you would not even notice. Right. So that's why it's important to close. There is another other variable we declared. Let's close that as well. So rs assign dot close, set rs assign equals nothing. All right. So closed both the record set. Now the question is, what do we do within this loop? Well, it's quite easy. We will actually create a record. So we'll say rs assign dot add new, and we'll say rs assign dot update. All right. And within this, we basically have to provide a code. So we'll say rs assign exclamation mark, and if we will come here, student id, okay, equals me dot cbo students dot column 0, because this is where the student id resides, right? So we'll copy that student id, and then we need to copy the subject id. So rs assign exclamation mark subject id equals, now this is where subject we will get from the rs subject record set, right? So rs subjects exclamation mark subject id. All right, there you go. That's about it. Once we are done, we are updating the information, and then we are moving to the next subject. So we'll say rs subject dot move next. All right, so that's what it will do. It will move next, take the next subject, and then it keep on going until the system reaches to this last record. That's why we define eof, end of file. Once that is done, what we would like to do is we would like to actually create a beep, and then we would like to requery the list box. So me dot list assigned dot requery. That's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but let's see. Okay. So let's go back to our form view. And now I'm going to choose another student, but nothing happens. Why? Because there is no requery behind this combo box as well. So let's do that as well. After update, dot 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 code builder, and we'll simply say me dot list assigned dot requery. That's about it. Let's close it. Form view. Now we can actually change the students and see the data updated in this subject assigned. Right, now it's time to test whether our code works, the loop works, and assign all the subjects all together or not. So let's click here. There you go. It is working. Let's test it with another student. It is working. Definitely. That's great. Now we will do the similar. We will unassign all for each student. So that means we have to do the code behind this button. So I'll go to design view. Actually, I'll copy the code which is written behind this button, but I'll do a little bit of tweaking because that is required. But I'll tell you what tweaking is required. So code builder and paste in here. We'll keep the same code, everything same except this. So here we'll change the assignment ID to student ID because we are looking for student ID from this, and whatever course or subject is assigned, we want to get rid of all. So that's what we are going to do. So student ID equals to me dot cbo students dot column 0. Everything else remain exactly the same. All right, let's debug it again. No error as of now. Now let's try it. So student G, let's all subjects are assigned. Let's click on unassign all. There you go, gone. We can assign again. We can unassign again. We can assign again. Unassign again. Assign. So it's a beautiful game, beautiful work for VBA. There you go. That's what I wanted to demonstrate in this video. So I hope that you have learned something new in this video today. If you liked whatever you've seen, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and be a member to support this channel. And there's a lot more to come near future, which will definitely add value in your knowledge with regards to VBA, SQLs, Microsoft Access generally, and other projects that I'm working on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.